for our Şeyh to send us something that is going to be beneficial for you and for me. We should begin with the shahadat, inshallah. The shahadat is an honor that is given to us for us to live with it and for us to pass away from this world holding on to that shahadat. And that is the secret of all existence is there. If we don't know anything else, but we're holding on to this shahadat, the safety will reach to us, dunya and akhirat. So we say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Now we begin on a strong foundation, inshallah. Any knowledge that doesn't rest on the shahadat is knowledge that is incomplete. Anything that is incomplete, one day is going to become corrupt. One day is going to become rotten. One day it may become poisonous. So may Allah protect us from that kind of knowledge. We want knowledge that is going to be of benefit to us. These days everyone is reading 24 hours. Not that people are reading books. People don't read books anymore. Thinking it is knowledge, but that knowledge, a lot of it is malayani. Knowledge that doesn't give benefit to us. And the knowledge that doesn't give benefit to us, now it becomes a curse. To know what is knowledge that is beneficial and not, that already is a big secret these days. You asked us a question. Our brother is asking us a question. Did Shaykh Effendi write any book? And I said, no. Then he said, what about his Shaykh, Grand Shaykh? Did he write a book? He said, no. It is a very important question. It's more important than you think. Because in the way of real spirituality, in the way of real religion, they don't write a book. No book is written. How is that? They're going to ask me. Allah sent 4 books, 104 suhuf to different prophets. The kitab, the Ahlul Kitab, the name is there, people of the book. This is something that majority of people, they don't know. The Quran Kerim is not written by the Prophet. The Prophet ﷺ did not write the Quran Kerim. He did not write a book. Allah sent him that. And it is a very unusual book. It is the mother of all books. Let's leave that aside, why it is the mother, but it came last. He did not write the book. It was revealed, he said, and the people at that time, they were, even when they are unbelievers, they were not people without intelligence. They knew this kind of language, it is not from this world. So many of them, they enter into Islam just because they listen to the language and they say this is heavenly language. This is the other thing also that is setting the Quran apart from the other books. Because the other books, when you see that the language, original language is lost. And for example, the New Testament, it was written in Greek. And the Greek was not high level Greek also. It was a Greek that they were speaking in the marketplace. You understand? And the Greek is a translation of the original, but origin is lost. Only some verses here and there that they have the original language of Isa alayhi salam, Jesus. And they know by themselves it's been changed, it's been corrupted. But the Quran Kerim, not a single letter, not a single word has changed for over 1,400 years. And it is written in a language spoken. This is the other thing, is not written. When Jibreel alayhi salam came to reveal the Quran Kerim, he didn't come to reveal a book to tell the Prophet, now read. You understand? And the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, when he got the Quran Kerim, he began to proclaim, he began to speak say, recite, and this is another miracle from the Prophet, for 1400 years, over 1400 years, it is an easy book to memorize. It has 6,666 ayats, but from 6-year-old to 60 years old, there are people who can memorize it just like that, from that time until now. So it's not reliant on the paper, what is written also. They can take all the pieces of the books of the Quran Kerim and throw that away, but it can never be changed because there are hundreds and thousands of people, if not millions of people in this world that has committed it to heart. You understand? They can never change. But it was not a book. When the Quran was completed to the Prophet, ﷺ, complete the mission, and the Jibreel ﷺ came to deliver the last ayat. After that, for the remainder of the years, Jibreel, the archangel who came to deliver the book, the saying from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he would sit down and he would speak to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and the Prophet would recite the Quran. He memorized it, of course. He would recite the Quran from the beginning to the end, and the archangel would sit and listen and says, that is good. Not only the Prophet, 124,000 companions, so many of them they committed to memory. You understand? Because at that time, majority cannot read and write. Today, we are so enslaved by our eyes. Everything is by the eyes. You understand? But back then, our other senses were open. You can smell, you can hear, you can speak, you can feel. It's not just with the eyes. So at that time, people they commit things to memory, to the heart. They just hear and now you cannot even remember your own phone number. You have everyone as a phone, you don't know what your phone number is. So, thousands, they were memorizing it. So, it came to the time of Hazrati Osman, the third Khalifa. And there was a need now to put it into a book form. Some companions, like Hazrati Abu Bakr, they had their own text form, but it was not for public because the public memorized it already. It was just for his own record. Now, during Hazrati Osman's time, Islam spread everywhere, all the way to China. Islam spread all the way to Spain, everywhere, and there were people who are non-Arabs and everything entering into Islam. And there was a need now to make sure that everyone following the same book. So now it is necessary to put it in a form that is a book and to send to different areas to say this is the original. This is not hundreds of years later. This is during generation of the Prophet. It's not even the next generation. It's during the generation of the Prophet, because Hazrat Osman was his companion, you see. So that was the time they wrote it down. Even then, that time, so many other companions, they say we shouldn't be doing this because the Prophet never wrote it down. They were so careful, you understand? They were so careful, they were so particular that they say we don't want to do anything that the Prophet says that we shouldn't do. We shouldn't do anything that the Prophet didn't do. But some of the higher level Sahabis says now it is a necessity. It is okay. So they began to write it down into a book. But at that time, don't think that the Quran you open today is the same Quran that was like 1400 years ago when they wrote. That time, they don't even have those dots that you put. Forget about the dashes. Yeah? You wouldn't even know a ba from a ta or from this because there's no dots. And now it is a very refined alphabet. Now you see, you have to figure out what the meaning is. So anyway, they wrote it down. Isa alayhi salam, Jesus, didn't have the gospel, the Injil, under his arm too, and he was reading from it. And he didn't write it. Musa alayhi salam did not have a book. Did he have a book? Yes, Tawrat Sharif. That was a book, the Torah that was sent to him. Okay? But that book, he did not write it too. It is Allah's words on it. So when you look at it now, this is a tradition. The prophets and the holy people, they don't write books. You understand? Why? Because this is knowledge of the heart. Why not put in books? You put in books, they can change the books. Now, is there a necessity to put it in books? Because people are so deaf, dumb, and blind now. Their hearts are all sealed. Now, yes, we may put in books, but we are not relying on the books. You understand? We are not relying. This is like backup. The book is just a backup. There may be books that the teachings of Sahibul Saif, okay, or Mercy Oceans, Shaykh Maulana, but he did not write it. He was speaking. He was giving sohbat. And the people who are listening and say, this is good, other people should listen to this also. So they put it into a book form and they pass it. People who read it, they benefit from it. But you know, the taste is completely different. When you sit down and you hear someone speak, it's different. When you're just reading his words, it is different. It's like when you're just reading his words, a taste is completely gone now. Unless you have a strong connection, and when you're reading it, it is as if the person is speaking. You understand? And so, Shaykh Efendi did not write a book. But now we're taking his teachings and we may put it into, so that people will read, will take benefit, but this way continues. The teachings of our Shaykh continues. If it's not me, it may be you tomorrow. It may be anyone that he's going to put there, and the teachings will continue now. So now the book is just an entry point to enter into that presence. You understand? And if you are too concentrating on the books, this is also a way that we say, turn away from the books. Open this book. Open your heart. This is not my words. This is Shaykh Maulana's words. This is the Prophet's words. This is what our Shaykh is teaching us. Read this book. On the day of judgment, they're going to ask you to open your book and to read from your book. They're going to give you a book on the day of judgment. It is not the Quran. It is your book, the book of your life. We pray that the book will be given to us on our right hand, not from our left hand. If it's left hand, that means there's a lot of wrong things that we're doing. But that is a worse now. If the book is given from our back, if it's given from our back, that is really bad. You cannot turn around. Now you have to put your hand through your stomach, through it, and to get the book now. And that is a very bad condition for us to be. So especially in these days, no? More there is a need for this heart to be open, for you to be understanding, for you to feel. Because like I said, these days everyone has become a slave to the eyes. Everything is from the eyes. So all the other senses is very weak now. All the other and so many things that they show us with the eyes also, majority of the things, it's fake. It is false. but we suspend our disbelief. We don't believe it, but we put it aside. It's okay. Let's just enjoy this. Correct? You watch a movie, it's fake. You see a play, it's fake. You see a commercial, it's fake. It's not real. But you say, don't worry about whether it's real, it's fun. Let's enter into it. So imagine you do that year after year, your whole life, you suspend your disbelief. Now what do you get? You will only believe that. You only see that. And when something real is coming out, you get a little bit confused. You don't know. It is in a dangerous situation now. So, inshallah, our job, our duty, every day is to look. The day has 24 hours. On the judgment day, we will be given one day of our life, 24 drawers. What are we filling those drawers, those 24 hours? What are we filling it with? Are we filling it with jewels, precious things, or are we filling it with poison and scorpions and snakes? This is what we have to be busy with. How are we filling up our time today? Now, the day just ended in Maghrib. It's just beginning. Understand, we're beginning our day in Islam always with prayer. Whether it is Maghrib time or it's Fajr time. And it's a very specific time that the whole system, the solar system, is changing. And when that changes, there's a lot of things that's happening in the heavens too. And at that time, we are calling on our Lord. Day just ended. Now you're going to see. You're going to sit and you're going to understand. 24 hours pass since Maghrib time. Now, let's say it's 10 o'clock. Since Maghrib time, 5 o'clock, 5 hours. What did I do? If you're intelligent, you're going to do that. You're going to take account. What did I do? Okay, I prayed, we ate together, we listened to sohbat, we did zikr, we prayed a little bit, and we listened to sohbat. Again, 5 hours now you can say for Thursdays, that majority of the time that you are concentrating to remember Allah, to worship. You understand? That you're pulling yourself away from your desires, from this dunya, from shaitan, from everything else, and you're just here, simple, and you're just trying to make Allah to be happy with you. Simple. You're not out there cheating and lying, backbiting, slandering people. You're here just trying to know Allah better and trying to be good. 5 hours, alhamdulillah, we filled it up with jewels maybe. That is for those that hearts are here. Your body can be here, but if your heart is not here, it's also empty. So many are going to find on the day of judgment, they say it's empty. They're pulling out empty, empty, empty. But I went to the Hajj. But I made zikr. But I listened to sohbat. Why is it empty? Because you're not there. Your heart is not present. You don't want to be there. So many people, they're going to open their drawers and they're going to discover it's filled with jewels. They thought it was going to be empty. But no, because their heart is here. Their heart longs to be with those circles of people that they are remembering Allah. Their heart longs to be in the Dergahı, in the company of the Salihin. You understand? So it is not the body also, it is where the heart is. But an intelligent person will do this, not only this time, every day. Because this is what our judgment day is going to be. They're going to say, now, tell me what is in your book. What did you do? Point by point, day by day, hour by hour. You cannot lie then that time because you have two witnesses here. They record everything. Now that we are looking, we say 5 hours you did good, this hour we didn't do good. This one we just did in nothing. This one, then we say astaghfirullah. I'm making intention, tomorrow has to be better than today. You try, make that intention. Because in Islam, you'll be rewarded according to your intention. It's not only your actions. Your intention is very important. So you make intention, tomorrow I'm going to be better. You try, you didn't pass so much, but your intention is good. You're going to be rewarded for that. But you're not going to be lazy. You're not going to say, oh, it's okay. No, you say, tomorrow I have to be better. Next day I have to be better. You're running now. You're running to do what? You're running to please your Allah. You're running to please your Allah. You have a little kid. Kid is so naughty. But he takes something, always wants to give to you. He does something, wants to make you happy. Although he does so many wrong things, and he does something, and he's so happy to show to you. Are you going to smack the kid? No. You think the one who has given us that love, he does not have that mercy in him, that we are running to him? So, we must run to Allah, because that is where our end is going to be anyway. And those who wants to be with Allah, Allah wants to be with them. May Allah forgive me and bless you and raise the station of our Şeyh high, inshallah. And to keep us in the Siratul Mustaqim, on the straight path, and to take hypocrisy from our hearts and hypocrite people away from us, and make us to become more sincere and better servants to Him and His beloved ones. Wa min Allahu tawfiq. Al-Fatiha.